Hey guys, welcome back to Bows Fan TV, and today we're doing the match preview for tomorrow's game against Shamrock Rovers in Mount Park. 11:30 kickoff, obviously an early start, but look, we can blame Coldplay for that. But look, the early start won't stop us. We'll still be there in our numbers, and hopefully we'll create a good atmosphere. But yeah, look, it's a huge game. Every derby's huge. But this one feels even bigger really because it's we're heading into the business end of the season now, and points are so massive, especially in our situation. We obviously we find ourselves still eighth. Dundalk losing last night sort of was a bit of a helps, but look, we need to do our bit tomorrow now and start putting a bit of distance between us and that relegation playoff spot. But yeah, look, obviously every derby's massive. And this one's even going to be even bigger. You know, Coming into this off the back of a good performance out in Shells, I thought. Obviously it ended a 1-1 draw. We took the lead, but then a moment of madness really cost us, and it ended a draw. But look, I thought even for most of that game, especially in the second half, I thought we were the dominant team. It's just a shame that we couldn't find that second goal to seal the win. But yeah, look, it was a good performance, much better than what we saw against Kerry. And look, we just need to carry that into this game now, and in a big derby, in a game that we probably need. I wouldn't say need to win really, because I suppose you're heading into that stage of the season, but it's not like we've only two or three games left. I think we still have about 10 or so. So look, it's obviously huge, but a win would really do us nicely. Look, we haven't won a lot of games lately. Our last league win was in May, which feels like an eternity ago. Then we won in the cup against Rovers back in July. So um, yeah, we really need to start getting 3 points, on the board now. Looking back at that Rovers game back in July, and we need to see a sort of similar performance where we're controlling the game, we're working hard, we're the one on the ball trying to make things happen. I think that's the kind of performance we need to see again. We need to be in control of the game. Obviously that's going to be hard because derbies are scrappy, and Rovers have a lot of good technical players. Obviously they played midweek, so they will be slightly leggy, but they've got a big squad. They've got a lot of good players. Obviously, Mandra was coming back. They have a lot of options now. So um, obviously they're a good team, but they haven't had a brilliant season. They're fifth in the league at the moment. They're 10 points off the top. And obviously, look, they'll probably still feel like they're able to show. If other teams like Derry and Shells, if they drop points, I'm sure Rovers will still feel like they're in the picture. But um, I think it is starting to look a bit unlikely for them. Obviously they're out of the cup as well, but they're in the Conference League, and that's something they'll have to look forward to. But no, look, when you look at it really, we think we haven't Rovers have been us and Rovers haven't had two sort of dissimilar seasons. Obviously, Rovers aren't down there fighting at the bottom, but they've had a pretty disappointing season for their standards, and like ourselves, and it's something was to capitalise on that. Obviously, if you look at the last few games, I think they drew with Galway, they drew with Drogheda. They're not exactly on flying form, and look, we need to take advantage of that. Look, I know we're the same. We haven't been getting the wins that we need, but we haven't been losing that much really lately, and that's a positive. We've had a few draws, a few games where we played well and we've been a bit unlucky. But look, we just need to put in a good performance here, work hard. You know, like I said, do the same things we did against Shells, and bring that work ethic, try and control the game, try and be dominant, and just hope that brings us to 3 points. But I'll go into me predicting team now anyway, and I wouldn't change anything really from the Shells game. I thought the performance was very good. I don't think you need to change the team. From a game where the performance was very good, and we were probably a bit unlucky not to win it. So I'll go with Casper and goal. Look, he made a bit of an error last week. He probably shouldn't come out, but he's still been very good for us this season. I think without him we'd be in a much worse position. So yeah, Casper and goal for me. Left back Paddy. Um, yeah, look, I thought he played well last week, as did most players. And I think we keep him in the team. Two centre halves. I'm going to stick with Cavan and Kane Byrne. Yeah, look, I think Cavan. I think since he's come in, I think he's been a bit up and down, but I think once he settles in, I think he will be good. And Kane Byrne, I think you can always rely on him to put in a good performance. So yeah, I'm gonna go with those two at the back. Then Liam Smith at right back. Yeah, hasn't blown people away. But look, I think once he settles in, I think like Kavanagh, I think he will be a decent addition. It just probably takes a bit of time for him to settle into the league, and he hasn't played in it before. So, I'd stick with Smith at right back. Moving into midfield, I got with McDonald and Defoe as a sort of, as the two. Yeah, I think those two are for now anyway. I think are a solid pairing. The only thing is, I think we need to see Devoy go a little bit further than McDonald. I think I noticed last week against Shales that I think Devoy was dropping a bit more deeper, and I think we kind of need to see maybe a bit of a switch there. I know McDonald, he can't get forward, of course, and he can't chip in with goals. He's done that for us since he's come in, but um, I just think Devoy is probably a bit better suited further forward. Obviously, he can't drop deep and play diagonal balls and that because he's a brilliant passer. But I think McDonald, I think as a midfielder, he's probably better as sort of breaking the play and putting in the tackles. So I probably have him a little bit deeper and I have Devoy a bit further. So I think that'll be the midfield too. Then I think Tierney will just be just ahead of them. Good performance last week. You can always rely on him to put an 8 out of 10 in most weeks. He works hard. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with Tierney. On the wings, then I'm gonna go with Danny Grant on the right and Rooney on the left. I thought Grant was brilliant last week, absolutely brilliant. Scored a great goal, worked hard, showed that bit of trickery that we know he has in his locker. So after that performance, there's no way he gets dropped from me. And then Rooney, obviously, look, he can be that difference maker, whether it be from a penalty or a free kick or a set piece, whatever. Look, he can deliver that bit of magic that we need. So he obviously starts for me. Then up front, I'm gonna go with Akintunde. Look, you know, he had a couple of chances. I think he had one in the first half that he probably should have got on target. But look, I think in these sort of games, look, you can always rely on him to work hard. It's just probably the quality as a striker overall that he probably lacks. But look, I think on his day he can be very good. I think he can bring others into play very well. He does hold the ball well. And look, like I said, I don't think he can change that team too much from last week. I thought the performance was very good, even though we didn't win the game. So yeah, I'm going to stick with Akintunde up front. I know some people might disagree with that, might go agree with, but look, that's fair enough. But I just think after that performance last week, I don't think there's much you can change. But look, score prediction. Whew, derbies are hard to predict most times. Not a lot of people thought we'd beat Rovers in the cup when we played them back in July, and we did. I just think we need to bring that performance again that we showed last week against Shales, and bring a little bit of that performance from the Rovers game as well back in July in the cup. Bring that work ethic. Try and dominate most of the game, get on the ball, make Rovers work. They'll be leggy after playing in Europe. I think they'll have their eye on other things maybe. Obviously, look, I think they still feel like they're in with a chance of winning the league, but it's looking pretty bleak for them at the minute. And look, we're obviously fighting at the wrong end of the table. We need to start getting wins on the board. In Dalymount, an early kick-off, a very early kick-off. I still think we'll be, the fans will be well up for it. Of course, it's a derby, the time won't make any difference really. But yeah, I'm gonna say we'll win 1-0. I know that might be a bit bold, but I just think at this stage of the season now, the players need to, I think we'll realise that, okay, look, they showed it against Shales. I think that they did realise, okay, we have to really roll our sleeves up now and again, start playing well and get points on the board. I think we were pretty unlucky not to win last week, and I think it will come together here tomorrow, hopefully. And I think we'll win 1-0 and we'll get a big win. And hopefully that'll set us on now for the rest of the season to finish strongly and stay up. Ultimately, that's the goal. So yeah, 1-0 win. Gonna go bold, but look, it's a Dublin derby. I'm gonna try and be as confident as I can. Look, the players need to bring in that performance as well. Of course, they need to work hard, do the same things that they did last week. But obviously, us as fans need to play our part as well. We need to make daily amount of calls, and really, we need to make it loud from the first whistle. And hopefully we can do that. And I think if we can, I think we will get over the line. So yeah, that's where I'll end it. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment down below what you're thinking ahead of this game, the score predictions, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.